American Patriots. This is where freedom starts. John Adams asked Thomas Jefferson to write the Declaration of Independence. You know what the number one reason was? Because you're from Virginia. That's true. That's exactly right. From Virginia. Folks, I appreciate what you're doing here today. You're our Virginia citizens and American patriots. I want to thank you for your efforts here. Here's my promise to you. On behalf of Jimmy Barrett and Doc Thompson and the Lee brothers, we will be there for you. Thank you for listening.
Yes, and the Lee brothers are particularly generous too. Sometimes things will come up on the radio and I've been able to call and get in fairly quickly to get the word out on something where maybe somebody said something that wasn't right about them. We can't have that. They keep trying, but we can't let them get away with it. But anyhow, we have also signed up Ted Deeds. Ted is with the Law Enforcement Alliance of America. He's one of our executive members on BCDL. And Ted is another one that fights hard for your right to keep and bear arms. He's been a liaison between ourselves and police departments that are doing things like this as well. And I thought maybe some words about his experience looking at the law enforcement perspective, where we're going with gun rights. Thank you.
Good morning. First of all, thank you for coming here. And I want to start off my remarks with a phrase that's kind of become about guns save lives.
You're filling in for Doc this afternoon?
You know, it's not just a battle cry for us. It's also the first three words in the amicus brief that the law enforcement community put forward to the Supreme Court in the case before the Supreme Court right now. Think about that. America's law enforcement spoke with one voice in the brief of the Supreme Court. This time, the first three words of the brief read, guns save lives. As Philip said, my name is Ted Deeds, and I represent the Law Enforcement Alliance of America. We're America's voice for pro-Second Amendment cops. But the reality is most cops support the Second Amendment. Most cops, at that moment of truth, when a would-be evildoer has their intended victim in their sights, most cops want only one outcome. They want the victim to be safe. They want the predator to be stopped and laying on the ground in jail. This is not including LEAA and the brief before the Supreme Court, or folks like the Southern States Police Benevolent Association. I lead it, the International Law Enforcement Educator and Trainers Association. ILF, Texas Chief of Police, and on and on. The fact of the matter is, there's a lot of support for the Second Amendment out there, but we battle ignorance and fear. Somehow, I think it's perfectly appropriate that on Martin Luther King Day, we come here because as citizen lobbyists, we're fighting ignorance and fear. Maybe not always successfully fighting it. We fought the politicians over there. But that's what we're here to do. We're here to fight that ignorance and fear. And from that ignorance and fear comes gun control. Whether they're gun control from targeting people because they're too dark, whether it be because people are from the wrong ethnic background with a gun, or whether it's just because they're afraid. They're afraid of freedom. Sometimes they think I understand them, and other times I'm pretty sure that I don't understand them at all. And that's really the beauty of the world. I brought my 12-year-old son here today, and it reminds me that 15 years ago, many of us stood right here at the same spot as we lobbied for then SB 754. That was Virgil Booth's bill to reform Virginia's right to carry system, to take it from an arbitrary and capricious system where, sure, if you were white, well-connected, wealthy, you could get a permit. But if you were average Joe or Jane, Commonwealth Virginia citizen, particularly if you were from the high population dense areas, you had no right to self-defense, practically. You had no right to get a permit. You had no right to choose to carry your gun out and about in public. My child's now 12. He's grown up in a commonwealth where his whole life, all he knows is that we have these rights, not on paper, in reality. He can look around this crowd here and see people carrying guns. As a parent, I feel this is the safest place in the world to be with my child. Representing the law enforcement community is no question. Our citizens stop crime and keep us all safe. So I won't talk a lot longer, but I want you all to reflect on what the next 12 years and the next 15 years are going to hold for us. This is a pivotal time in history, not just here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, but on the national front. As VCDL, we're focused on what's going on here in Virginia. But we cannot do anything without the support of everybody. The folks that were able to come here, the folks that sit at home and type emails, the folks that work the gun show tables, the folks that support the VCDL PAC, which is always looking for contributions. Anyway, thank you very much for coming here. Take your money, says Chip. Thank you very much for coming here. Thank you for taking the time to support freedom on Martin Luther King Day.
Next we have a speaker who actually spoke at the rally right before this one. He was head of the Republican Party in Virginia for a while. He knows the Constitution inside and out, and I was quite impressed with hearing him speak not that long ago at the Republican event. So I thought I'd like to have him here for our rally, speak a little bit on the Constitution and how he looks at our gun rights, and how it all ties together. So, ladies and gentlemen, Patrick McSween.
Thank you very much. I want to take a somewhat different tack. Thanks. Having lived and worked in Washington, unfortunately, decades ago, but the memory is still fresh in my mind. Those of you who've been there know, and stayed in recent times, we're impressed with the fact that there's a different culture in Washington.
We need to walk around the crowd.
It's a one-industry town. Unfortunately, our elected officials stay for 12 months. In recent years, there's a new breed, a new philosophy, which embraces the philosophy of other countries, ignoring the fact that this country was founded on a singular notion that was different from anything that had come before. Here in Virginia, even before the Declaration of Independence, Virginians came together in convention and established their own constitution, declared their own independence, and adopted a Declaration of Rights. It was the first time, according to Thomas Jefferson, there was a formal document recognizing the fact that the people are sovereign. I don't look at the Second Amendment apart from other rights that we were given.
First gun. What about
the First Amendment, right to free speech and press. There's also another part of the First Amendment that the Supreme Court has recognized, which is the right of private association, which people in other countries don't have, don't enjoy.